Have you ever been looking at a T-Rex and thought, yeah, I could take that? Probably not, unless you're either Mike Tyson or completely delusional. Which is lucky, because humans missed our chance to find out by about 66 million years. But let's imagine the timeline breaks, and every stage of human evolution gets dropped in front of the same fully grown T-Rex, armed only with the tools and intelligence they had at the time. Which one could actually kill it? Now, there's one small problem. Well, actually, I lied. It's a 9-ton problem with teeth the size of your hand. A fully grown T-Rex was around 12 meters long, had one of the strongest bites of any land animal ever, and could kill a human without really needing to try. So, let's start with someone who is definitely not winning. Around 3 million years ago, Australopithecus stood at about 4 feet tall, had a brain roughly the size of a chimpanzee's, and was still very good at climbing trees, which, in this situation, is probably their most useful skill. Their weapons were basically sticks and rocks. No proper spears, no hunting equipment, and absolutely nothing designed for fighting something the size of a bus. Even a large group wouldn't really help. Throwing rocks might annoy the T-Rex, but they'd have no reliable way to cause serious damage. Their best strategy would be to run, climb, or hope the T-Rex has recently eaten. Could they kill it? Not even remotely. Verdict: get in the tree. Next is Homo habilis. Around 2.5 million years ago, they developed sharpstone tools, which was a huge step forward. They could cut hide, slice meat, and process animals far more efficiently than anything before them. Unfortunately, those tools worked much better when the animal was already dead. To use one against a T-Rex, Homo habilis would have to get close enough to physically stab it. And even if several of them attacked at once, they'd still be using handheld stone tools against an animal whose legs alone were taller than them. When the animal in front of you has a head roughly the size of a small car, getting closer is generally not the solution. Verdict: sharper rock, same result. Now things start getting interesting. Homo erectus had bigger brains, better endurance, coordinated hunting, and they also used sharpened wooden spears, meaning the T-Rex is finally facing something that could actually hurt it. A group attacking together might land a strike to the eye, and fire could possibly confuse or scare it. They could also spread out, attack from different directions, and force the T-Rex to keep turning instead of focusing on one target. But killing it is another problem. A T-Rex was built to survive enormous forces, and a wooden spear probably isn't doing enough damage before the dinosaur gets close. So Homo erectus has now achieved something no earlier human could. They've made the T-Rex angry. Verdict: they can fight back, but probably not win. Now we get to Neanderthals. They were intelligent, extremely strong, and very good at coordinated ambush hunting. They used heavy spears, controlled fire, and could plan attacks as a group. The main problem is that their hunting style often involved getting very close to the animal. That works fine against plenty of prey. It works less well against something that can bite you in half. But Neanderthals could use the environment instead of fighting in the open. They could lure the T-Rex into soft ground, a ravine or some kind of natural trap, then attack it from several directions. If the animal was slowed down or unable to turn properly, suddenly those heavy spears become much more useful. A lot of people would almost certainly die, but under the right conditions, this is the first fight that doesn't feel completely impossible. Verdict: small chance, terrible survival rate. And finally, early Homo sapiens. They had complex language, long-range weapons, traps, and much better large-scale planning. One of the biggest upgrades was the spear thrower, or atlatl, which allowed humans to launch projectiles faster and harder without standing directly next to the enormous carnivorous dinosaur. A very useful development. Early humans also understood something incredibly important. You don't fight the giant animal fairly. You attack from a distance, lure it into bad terrain, and make the environment do as much of the work as possible. They could prepare the area beforehand, choose escape routes, and keep rotating hunters while the T-Rex gets exhausted or injured. This is how humans hunted enormous Ice Age animals, not through raw strength, but through planning, teamwork, and weapons. Would that guarantee a win against a T-Rex? Absolutely not. People would die, and a healthy adult T-Rex would still be one of the most dangerous animals a human could ever face. But with enough hunters, the right terrain, and a very good plan, early Homo sapiens had a believable chance. Verdict: under the right conditions, yes. So, who wins? Australopithecus and Homo habilis have no real chance. Homo erectus can fight back, Neanderthals might pull off a perfect ambush, but early Homo sapiens are the only group with a genuinely believable path to victory. Not because they were stronger, but because they had better weapons, better planning, and more ways to avoid fighting fairly. But that does raise another question. What about 100 modern humans versus a T-Rex? Stay tuned for that.